Archie Salisbury, how are we doing, fella?
Yeah, good, thanks you.
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good.
Good.
Is it Salisbury or Salisbury? Do you have a preference?
Salisbury.
Salisbury.
Yeah, thank
Have you
you.
ever been, have you ever been to the place?
Pardon?
Have you ever been to Salisbury?
Nah, not yet.
No. I think they like it Salisbury as well. I don't know what way around, but they like it. So Archie Salisbury. So this weekend then you weren't with the Chieftains. Were you with the Phantoms this weekend?
Yeah, I was with the Phantoms 2 on Saturday and in Cardiff, then I was with the Phantoms 1 on Sunday against, well, Slough Bees now.
It's lovely. It's lovely. Good weekend.
Yeah, won both games, so nice to get a 4-point weekend in.
Plenty of shifts.
Yeah, lots of shifts, thankfully.
Feeling it a bit on a Monday morning.
Yeah, just a bit.
Fantastic, fantastic. So where did it all start, mate? How did you get into it?
God, it's been quite a few years now. Started to feel a bit old, but I went to watch my dad play because he used to play for Peterborough Pirates.
Yeah.
And they had like a Challenge Cup match. So me and my family went to watch. And then after that, I was like interested. And then the Peterborough Phantoms came into my school at the time and like was looking for players to join the Learn to Play.
Yeah.
And I came home and just said like, Dad, I want to go down the ice rink. And then ever since then, it's just been like, the rest has been history, really.
Lovely. And how old were you then, did you say?
I was about 4 or 5.
Oh, really? Oh, really young
Yeah.
starter then.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And it was all through Peterborough, your whole youth, all there?
Yeah. The whole time I've been at Peterborough.
Yeah, fantastic. And that was, I see one of the pictures from when you were a bit younger that I may have done you a bit dirty with, that you had a little C on there. So have you always been like a bit of a leader?
The thing is with Peterborough, there's not that many kids coming through the development.
Right.
So, like, the teams have always been quite small. So, every time I was a second year in my age group, I was lucky enough to wear a C pretty much every year. So, that quite good there. Like that.
Were you quite a natural? Did you take to the skating quite easily?
Probably not the skating part of the like game, but more towards like the skills. I've always been like fairly decent at. Because at Peterborough, they did this thing called Learn to Play, and it's like all stick handling, shooting, all that sort of stuff. So that really helped.
Have you always been a D man, or were you a bit forward as well?
No, I've always been a D man throughout my whole career.
Yeah, you just prefer that side of the game, getting sort of stuck in down there.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Fantastic, fantastic. So is your goal with hockey? Obviously, you're still quite young. Is your goal to be a pro?
Yeah, of course. My end goal is just to end up in the highest league possible.
Yeah.
Like, whether that's in the UK or whether that's in some place in Europe, that's just the end goal, to be the best player I can be for myself.
Yeah, and obviously I know you're in college now. What are you doing in there? So you can have like a dual career if need be.
I'm currently doing carpentry at college.
No.
I do that every Monday, and then the other 4 days of the week I train with Nottingham Panthers.
Yeah, I was just going to get to that because that was I think it was last month, wasn't it? That Peterborough signed you up on a senior year contract.
Yeah.
And straight away loaned you out to the Panthers, and you had a weekend. I think you played. Did you play Manchester and Cardiff in the weekend?
Yeah.
Did you get many shifts?
Got a few. Yeah, it was really a great experience though. Like it was basically a dream coming true.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to train with the lads, or was it just straight to the roster and straight to the bench?
I've been training with them before that. I was training with them for about a week or two, so it was fairly new into it.
Yeah, there's not many lads your age that get a go at that, is there? It's
No.
No,
I feel really privileged to be the only 16-year-old to play in the Elite League so far this season. Like it's just been unreal this season.
Yeah, I think Kieran Rayner had a go when he was 16, didn't he? Under Corey Nielsen before.
Yeah.
He had a little go. So Corey Nielsen does want to bring the youth through there, doesn't he, and really make that the bedrock of the club. So have you ever done a hockey camp abroad or played any time abroad?
I've played with the national team for GB abroad in the Riga Cup last year, and then throughout from age of under 13s, I've been doing England.
Yeah,
and actually Mark Saunders was my England under 13s coach.
Yes, he did say last week actually.
Yeah, we went to Finland in Turkey and won the tournament.
Yeah. Is that kind of how your two-way with the Chieftains came about? Because Mark knew of you and knew you were available on a two-way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. So you've done obviously other GB stuff, and they've just recently been called up to the under-18s. Is it the 16s you've done before?
Yeah, I was assistant captain for the under-16s last year. Then this year, I got the call up for the under-18s as a first year. So again, that's another great privilege for me to be able to pull the GB shirt over my head as a first year.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to the hard work that you've done, and obviously your achievements so far this season. I assume with 3 prestigious teams across the leagues is certainly doing you good. So, what's your favourite thing about the sport? Because I know you like the physical side of it. I know your very first game for the Chieftains, you dropped the gloves with one of the most feared men in the league.
To be fair, I do like getting stuck in with hockey. Like, I like the physical part. I like hitting. I don't mind having a fight. Like, I won't be scared to have a fight. But that's just the main thing. Like, obviously, hockey's not just about the physical side, but for me, it helps myself get into the game quicker.
Yeah. It's obviously being a defenseman, it's a lot like hands wise is a lot different, isn't it? To try and to sort of poke check cleanly rather than stick handling. So it's something that you can go through. So do you follow the sport recreationally? Is there a team in England or in America that you follow?
I'm always watching like any team's highlights just to see what's happening, and then I keep up to date with pretty much the scores in the Elite League and in sometimes NHL. But I've never really watched the full game. I just mainly watch the highlights.
Yeah. Is it there though where you see things in the highlights and you think, oh, I'm going to try that?
Yeah. Like this year, watching the World Junior under-20s, I saw like some things Conor Bedard like does, and I try to like bring that into my game to help me be the best player I can be.
Yeah, that kid is unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. It's a joke.
Late tonight, I'm actually talking to Sean McMorrow, the sheriff, who's he's based in Canada, and we're going to be talking about him later. That's going to be out on in a couple of weeks. But what a fantastic young player he is.
Yeah,
is there anyone in Britain that you've seen around your age group that you think could really make waves?
There's a lot of young kids in my age group coming through, and in the age groups below. Like, all they have to do is just hard work and graft, and obviously, it just depends like on them what sort of league they'll end up in.
Yeah. Well, as you said, when you went out to Finland and Turkey with Mark with the under-13s and you won a tournament out there, when you were playing with GB, what sort of level were you playing there? Because I know recently, like the guys that have been out in New York playing for GB, and they've been playing America and Canada and Denmark, and they've just been getting tonked, and I just can't really see what they're learning from that. No,
I do get what you mean, but when we went away this year with GB to the Riga Cup, we played Team Poland.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it was quite a good, like, close game between them. I think the final score was 2-1 or 3-1 to them.
Oh, really? That is a tight game, isn't it?
Yeah, but then we were playing like, I don't know, like the southeast equivalent teams in that sort of country, and like it was a hard game. Like, just a different level from like our national team to their sort of like region teams. It's just a big joke.
Yeah, do you think obviously in them areas of Europe, obviously the sport's a little bit more prevalent than it is here? It's probably scraping top 5 sports in this country.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is possibly being kind. Obviously the people, we come and watch it, we love it, but we have to accept it's behind football and rugby and golf and boxing, and it's behind all that. But obviously out in Poland, Finland, Slovakia, is that level so much higher?
There's a big difference, because I would say hockey over there is quite similar to football over here. Like, every kid just does it.
Yeah, which I said with Bailey last week, it's like in Canada, the kids would just go down the park, wouldn't they, and play hockey on the pond, whereas here we can't ever do that. Obviously, being in the Peterborough area, have you ever been and played on the wash, the field where they freeze it?
Yeah, it's actually frozen this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was skating there about a month ago when we had that cold weather snap.
Yeah.
But then it froze, I think, Monday, but I've not had the chance to... No, not Monday, sorry, it's Monday today. I think it froze on Saturday, but I've not had the chance to go down yet because I've been busy, like playing games and stuff.
No, that's fantastic. I can't...
Yeah.
We've spoken about it loads since Pence told us about it, and no one's actually come in and said that it happens anywhere else. So it may even be down in the country, which is fantastic. So of everywhere you've played, obviously you've played all over Europe and the places you've played in England, and obviously that weekend in the Elite League. Have you got a favourite rink you've ever played in?
Um, I've got to say, when I went away with the England under-13s team, when Mark was my coach, we played in the underground bunker in Finland,
All right.
and it used to be a World War II, like, I don't know what you would call it, well, a bunker basically.
Yeah.
And like it used to be a bunker in World War II, and they made it into an ice rink, a double pad ice rink.
That's just like an underground warehouse
Yeah,
unit type thing.
it was 40 meters underground with two like twin pad ice rinks. That
Wow.
that was a great experience to be able to go and play in that. Like I would say that's one of the coolest rinks I've ever played in.
Yeah. Was it full with the crowd?
No, because it was just a junior tournament.
I was
Like
sad.
parents were
Imagine with a
there.
crowd, that would be immense, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
volume in there. But no, that's fantastic. So, what's been your greatest experience from playing hockey so far? Is it something GB or that Elite League call up?
Um, so far the Elite League call up was one of the best experience I've had with hockey. Like
Mm.
that weekend was just unreal for me.
Yeah, I didn't. Was the game on the telly? I didn't actually manage to catch any of it.
Yeah, I think they both were being live streamed.
Yeah, because I think Viaplay do quite a good job actually getting as much hockey
Yeah,
on the telly as they can. But that's yeah, that must have been a fantastic experience for you. So I've got a couple of questions now from the fans and the listeners with the Chieftains. Sophia Gatland, who's the sign girl in the rink, she makes all the
yeah.
signs pressed up against the glass. If you could have a sign by sign girl, what would it say?
Oh, put me on the spot there. Um, honestly, don't know. Probably just something like motivational for the team to keep like working hard and doing what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We'll have to sort of try and figure out a song that will go with you.
yeah,
But at the moment, I'm probably stuck with Peter Gabriel, Salisbury Hill. But we'll have to find something better than that. So I've got a question here from Charlie as well. Are you into any other sports?
um, my uncle actually owns a boxing gym, so
Oh, cool.
occasionally I go and do a bit of boxing with him. As a younger kid, I did loads of sports. I did rugby, football, karate, MMA, but the only one I really took to was hockey. I enjoy playing rugby. I've always done that with my school, but I've never been like the same level of player at those sports I am with hockey.
Yeah, and I suppose a lot of that, especially with boxing, the physical side, and just them sports in general, coordination, eye
Yeah,
hand, and that sets you up well for hockey.
yeah, gotcha.
So have you ever had a go at boxing?
Not like a off license fight or anything like that. Just sparring with my uncle
Yeah,
and on the pad works. That's about it.
yeah. You don't know how long like 2-3 minutes is until you've done it in a
Yeah, I
box.
know it's hard work.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're probably similar for like a good shift. If you put in a good like 2-3 minute shift, especially if you're on special teams, that must be hard work as well.
Yeah, it's knackering.
But I don't know if it's coming through on the thing. My stomach is just doing somersaults. I've just finished my chicken for this evening, and I'm sitting on the creakiest stool going. So it's all sorts of stuff coming out. I've got a question from Scott Minard, who's asked, "Have you got a favourite moment as a chieftain?"
um, Probably last weekend when we got into the semi-final cup.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good moment. We're getting obviously we didn't have the best of starts, and then to be able to make the cup, that's a great achievement for the team and for myself.
will you be available for the final for us for that, or are you elsewhere?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got to speak to Slava at Peterborough first, but I'm hoping to be playing.
yeah, 11th and 12th of February for everyone who doesn't know yet. That's when the final is going to be. We're not entirely sure as to whether home on Saturday, home on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're not too sure what way around it's going to be. I've got a question from Sophie Ashford, which we have actually touched on earlier. Like, do you work or study? So, like, do you do any work with your carpentry, or is it just studying at the moment?
My other uncle actually is a carpenter, and my
Yeah,
granddad used to be a carpenter, and they've got their own business. So when I've not got anything to do with hockey or school or anything like that, I go and help them on site.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Get that work ethic in.
yeah,
Yeah, as you said, it's what I think it's what young lads and ladies that are playing the game, playing any sport really, that the level
yeah,
of hard work that they need to put into it, it can only be replicated in just having a good work ethic
yeah,
in life in general. So that's fantastic for you to have a trade so wholesome as carpentry.
Yeah.
behind you. You know, just on the off chance that you don't make it. And I'm sure everyone else in the Chieftains fans are pretty confident you will. So
Hopefully.
got a question from Daisy Arben. Do you eat before a game, or do you have like a pre-match eating ritual, or do you just empty stomach it?
Normally tending to like where the game is, about 3-4 hours before the game, I'll always have a chicken and rice meal with a bit of ketchup, and that's normally my go-to meal.
Yeah, a bit of protein, bit of carb.
Yeah.
And ketchup. Sweet chili sauce, man. Come on.
No, I couldn't have that before a game.
Yeah. A little bit like acid reflux or something.
Yeah, just a bit.
Then on a similar vein to that, question here from Ollie, not Ollie Bulldog. You've got off quite lightly with the player questions. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh God. I do enjoy a meat feast pizza.
No,
I think that'd be the go-to.
Yeah, fantastic. So most of the questions that have come through have actually been from Luca, who was going to join us tonight, obviously, to discuss both your under-18s call-ups, but he was going to come on slightly earlier. We're doing this slightly later than we'd originally planned. But there's a couple of lads have just asked about your strength, and you know, are you going to stop using steroids and just hit the gym? Or?
I've never done a course of steroids apart from my inhalers. But in terms of that, I just hit the gym a lot. Me and my dad used to work out since I've been the age of 5, like doing push-ups, and I was doing self body weight when I was young, and then my dad was doing weights, and then ever since he just helped me in the gym to be as strong as I can be.
Yeah. Do you like a bit of weights now?
Weights is one of my favourite things to do. I love going in the gym.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. So I'll run through a couple of Lucas ones, and I'll try and sort of word them as nicely as I can. He asked me to ask you, what's it like being the best ginger player in England?
I don't actually know many other ginger players in the UK who play hockey, to be fair.
Well, I said to him, I think Matt Turner might have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah, good point.
And he come back and said, I didn't know Matt Turner was ginger. I thought he was bald.
I thought it was strawberry blonde, to be honest.
But the other ones I haven't got written down. They're on my phone, but they were, yeah. I mean, from all you must know, Lucas. He's a crack, that lad. He's yeah, so much funny stuff. I say what I will pick at, if you don't mind. We will do a couple of Chiefs briefs with you, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course.
Did you see last week's interview with Bailey?
I watched it I listened to it on Spotify, travelling back from Cardiff.
Yeah, I'll try and not repeat too many, but
okay.
Yeah, so as quick as you can, don't think too much about your answer, and we'll see where we end up with it. So, water or land?
Water.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Plane or train?
Plane.
Gym session or running?
Gym session.
Smart or casual?
Casual.
Cam or Grant?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I like them both the same.
You like them both the same? Yes, that's a diplomatic answer, mate. Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Netflix or Prime?
Oh, Prime.
Xbox or PlayStation?
To be honest, I don't really play either.
Good, that was your answer. You're too busy getting strong and playing hockey to play video games.
Exactly.
Well, Archie, thank you so much for joining me, mate. It's been a real pleasure to chat to you. Obviously, I've not had much chance to catch up with you because you're just playing like all over the place. So, but yeah, next time we're down at the Riverside, or if you're playing with us this week, we've got a double header this weekend down in Portsmouth, then home to Oxford. I had to catch up with you. We'll have a little cuddle, a little selfie, and it's. I wish you well for the rest of the season, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries, Archie. Thank you very much, mate. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.